What does the Dokkan community think of the 10th Anniversary Part 2 LRs? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we decided to take a little poll or question here to see what you guys are thinking of the reveal of the Part 2 LRs and the Anniversary LR choices as a whole. This doesn't necessarily have anything to do with their kits, but more so where you guys are thinking in terms of choices and hype level for the anniversary characters, now that we know all 6 characters. So all we simply asked was, now that the Part 2 LRs are revealed, what are your thoughts on the choices? How do you feel about the Part 2 LRs? What do you think of all the headliners so far? Who of the 6 is the most hype for you? So we got responses on Twitter, we got responses on Discord, and we got responses in our community post. So we're going to take a look at all of them. So I'm not really going to focus on any of the things that I replied to, but mostly just the initial responses. So we have Jaren here, Pikmin Shenron. Gohan is probably the favorite of the 6. You just wish they didn't do the roadmap or the leak because it killed a lot of the hype for me. You know, I definitely understand this sentiment, right? A lot of people felt like the sort of predictions and the way people got between whose prediction was right and wrong, I mean, that killed a lot of it for us. It also kind of, I mean, in some cases, nearly solidified who the possibilities are and, you know, took away a lot of the discussion. So I could definitely understand that. And you know what? Gohan being the favorite of the 6, if it wasn't a Super Saiyan 4 in Part 1, I would be right there with you. So really good response there. We got Fecto Stylus here. All positives besides Blue Evolution. Vegeta had no reason to exist, to be honest. Is already going to be replaced and kind of kicked off the team, even if Go Frieza is slightly better, which they will be. Overall, great Annie summon for Gogeta, and I hope you get to pity him and he won't escape me. So, I mean, hopefully you don't have to go to pity. I mean, hopefully it's just, you know, a couple multis and you're done. So first off. Second, I mean, I don't really think so. I have a feeling the Goku Frieza is either going to be reps of Universe 7 or possibly Battle of Fate or Join Forces or something. So, I mean, if you're trying to run Universal Survival Saga, I don't think Vegeta is necessarily going to be off the team because he's going to need them, especially if you want to run the likes of Jiren for that extra support. Second, I mean, I'll go over this more in the end, but I definitely think, personally, Vegeta has more of a claim to the theme that Dokkan set out for us than Goku and Frieza did, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on, Ichigo, good. Part 1 was basically carried by Vegito, but it's evenly spread out. I mean, I think that's fair, but I don't know that I can agree it was carried by Vegito. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 is right there, but yeah, I get the feeling, right? If you're somebody who's been hyped for a new Vegito, especially a Super Vegito, which we haven't gotten in a while, at least a new Super Vegito, I could definitely see why you would feel that way. Shadow, in the camp of why Vegeta, nothing against him in general, but you do feel like he could have been replaced. The Ent Evo is still very good and could have been helped by Goku Frieza, while Vegeta could have been replaced with like Kid Goku, so that every era had representation. So yeah, I definitely kind of feel what Shadow is saying, and we did kind of go back and forth on this, right? Like, again, my claim is that Vegeta has more of a claim to be here just because they told us, right? Power from the strongest duo, which essentially means fusion unit as the theme. Right. Well, okay. The full theme is, you know, number one under the sun. So, you know, Tenka Muso was the theme, and it was basically broken up into 3 categories. Right. You had, you know, Power born from the strongest duo, which meant fusion, right? So we already knew those 2 were locked in. Then you had a family LR and a rivalry LR, which they did specify. And so, I mean, if we're talking about rivalry, I'm going to say that Goku and Vegeta have a greater claim to a rivalry than Goku and Frieza, right? Goku and Frieza are enemies, not rivals. And Goku, I mean, I legitimately feel like this wasn't supposed to be a unit super attack, but rather a joint joint forces unit, and he was switched to a unit super attack later on, or something, right? Because or maybe that was just the draw all along to draw you in with the UI Goku there. Who knows? But the point is, right, Vegeta has a greater claim to the rivalry slot than Goku and Frieza do. And in terms of, kicking him off to replace Kid Goku, I don't really think that works, Kid Goku. I mean, if the spot is supposed to be rivals, I mean, Kid Goku isn't a rival. He's Goku, right? A rival in relation to Goku. He's not a rival to himself, so that doesn't really work. But he did mention, right, he could see them doing something like, I mean, if they went ahead and classified it with a unit super with Vegeta and UI Goku, then maybe they could do it like a Kid Goku and Ten Shenhan unit super, which, okay, I could live with that. I mean, at least that way Dragon Ball gets some representation. So you know what, if we're going to stretch the definition to include Goku Frieza, why not? So I definitely, I'm with you there, Shadow. Good, DB Smooth, definitely on the boat of Gohan, and like I said, if Super Saiyan 4 wasn't there, I would agree. Pandy, the best surprise is Super Saiyan 2 as a standalone. Hopefully they don't fumble the kit. The hype for Gogeta is the same as Vegito. A little disappointed for Goku GT. It's like Super Saiyan 4 has been nerfed on his animation. He has a lot more, and he only used 50% in general. So disappointed, I guess, is more in the animations. I guess I could see that. There are some parts that are a little bit wonky, but I mean, personally, I think it all looks great. And just having that portion of the baby fight finally represented, I'm cool with it. But I definitely can understand where you're coming from. But yes, again, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, everybody's saying it. This was long overdue, and so I think a lot of people are happy about that. Zero Modal Plan, from the Dokkan fans' perspective, seriously amazing. But we need more stones to be able to pull them. 2.5k deep, no AGL Super Saiyan 4. So you fear that happening again with Gohan. Well, 2.5k deep, I mean, I'd imagine you probably at least got Vegeta at that point, and with 2.5 you probably got enough to pity him. So I mean, hopefully by the end of the anniversary you'll get him. But the anniversary is going to give out in total probably about anywhere between 11 and 1400 stones. 14 on the high end, which it seems like we're heading in that direction. Like, we've got a lot of stones given compared to usual, so it'll be anywhere between there. So hopefully you don't have that problem in part 2 though. LSKD, Goat Vegito will stay on top. Mega hyped for Gogeta, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and Go Frieza, although they seem like awesome part 2 headliners. Praying Super Saiyan 2 Gohan gets the Bye Guys Goku revive into a father-son Kamehameha active, which would be sick. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, it does seem like all of the Anniversary LRs are supposed to have some type of like each one seems to be having the mechanic, one of the Dokkan mechanics, right? So like these guys have the new tag mechanic. These guys have unit super. These guys have this guy has giant form. These guys will also have tag. I'm guessing Goku and Frieza might have a standby. And then, or maybe Gohan has the standby, right? Rather than a revive, and then maybe Goku Frieza have the revive, right? Something like that. Gonna have to be, or maybe these guys have the revive, and then I don't know. But I could definitely see having an active or a standby here with them, with Gohan. Or, I mean, really, it could go anyway, right? Bye Guys with the revive, I could see. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited no matter what they decide to do with Gohan, honestly. Moving on, Assault Salt. We've got both STR Evo and Goku Frieza are anniversary level units, but TOP as a whole is being really overdone. The EZAs, Tech UI, Jiren, Topo all came out less than a year ago, and now they're trying to get headline units again. It's overdoing it. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, right? I think people's reaction to Goku Frieza and STR Evo Vegeta would be a lot less if it wasn't for the fact that we just spent a year getting Tournament of Power buffs, right? As they mentioned, right? We got Tech UI last year. We got Jiren, Topo, and all of the EZAs that came with him. It's been a lot. So, I mean, really, I mean, I'm kind of with them on that. If they were going to do Goku Frieza, they shouldn't have done Evo Vegeta. If they were doing Evo Vegeta, they shouldn't have done Goku Frieza, right? Both are really great choices in my opinion, even though I think Evo Vegeta has a better claim to at least the theme here. It should have been one or the other, if only because, as others have already mentioned, right, this was supposed to be everything Dragon Ball, and right now, Tournament of Power, aside from all the EZAs and stuff that came in Majin Buu Saga, takes up the most of the summonable slots. Now, we also have Platinum here. Goku Frieza Reversal Exchange unit is fine, but having 2 LRs out of the 6, yeah, same idea here, right? Again, shouldn't have gone with 2 Tournament of Power characters. It should have been one or the other. All right, in summary, from Real Saiyan, Gohan is my GOAT. I'm with you there. All right, so that is all the responses from Twitter. Pretty good responses. I do appreciate everybody that took the time to comment on Twitter. But let's check on our community post at YouTube. So we've got, let's see, let's click on here. Let's check out the comments. All right, so we've got the Gohan art is definitely top tier. I do have to agree with that. It looks great with Goku and the cell in the background. I could not have think of a perfect LR for a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan art. I always thought the AGL one looked a little weird, so I definitely appreciate that they corrected it with this one. Moving on, Super Gogeta is what you're most excited for from Biff Cunningham. All right, definitely understand that. It is a fusion. People do enjoy themselves, their Gogetas and their Vegetos. Derpy Gamer, Pete Gohan has to have him the most hyped. While personally excited for Blue Evolution prior to them releasing it in-game. Gotta be honest, SSJ4 is cooking right now. I like the way you think. Yes, Gohan, super hyped for SSJ4. He's definitely cooking on all of these, especially when you run him on Vegeto's team. Now, Zanizaz, we are seeing the brand new 5 characters, brings you immense joy. Would like to have had one of them be STR typing, but it's alright. Well, I suppose, we had to get all different typings, right? So it makes sense. If you're another creator, Gohan is peak. Android Cell Saga buffs are always welcome. Gogeta is great, and honestly, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku should have been the LR instead of Goku Frieza, but Goku Frieza with new animations, is a good choice. Yeah, so I definitely agree there. I do like the idea. Again, if we're going to stretch the rivals definition, right, we may as well include Goku in there too. Blue Kaioken from the Universe 6 tournament is pretty hype and definitely worthy of, I think it's worthy of an LR. Senor David, we, for part 1, really enjoy run both Super Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, even at 55%. They're simply insane. As for Blue Evolution, he's been a bit underwhelming. Do like him, but the way he's been inconsistent feels a bit dupe reliant. As for part 2 LRs, excited for all of them. Really hope Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's kit won't have annoying restrictions. Yeah, for real. I mean, that's been, they really traumatized us with that AGL LR, locking the Super Saiyan 2 behind that ridiculous condition. I do hope that there isn't anything too majorly crazy. Might be something as simple as having another Android Cell Saga character on the team or something, hopefully. I think we'll have to see how they handle it. Or, I mean, they could do it even better and just, having a Goku's family character on the team. Or, I mean, heck, even just a character named Goku at this point would be fine. Just given the number of good Goku characters we have, so... but I do agree. I do hope that they don't fumble the conditions there. Catch93, before this, all the kits, was most hyped for Blue Evolution. Currently hyped for Gohan, but we'll be starting with Gogeta's banner because 9 out of 10 tentative units aren't rainbowed. That's fair, right? Always got to go for what's value. We did a video on that earlier in the celebration about, sort of where to spend the bulk of your stones, and it really came down to where the most value is. Super Emmanuel, Gohan's team Monkey King. Not sure what that means. I'm guessing Gohan will probably, hopefully do big damage, which I'm okay with. Steady, we have the 10th anniversary eventually is the best anniversary ever. All units are hype, but you would have preferred an Orange Piccolo. Yes, I agree, right? Orange Piccolo over Goku Frieza any day of the week, I think, was the better choice. But here we are. So his list of Anniversary units: Gogeta, Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Go Frieza, and Evolution Blue Vegeta. This is going to be a running theme, by the way. You know, a lot of people are, you know, not too hyped for Goku Frieza. And even at the reveal, right, if you watch the live stream again and you pay attention to the Japanese players who were there at the event when they did the reveal, no one clapped for Goku and Frieza. Like, it's just, again, Tournament of Power has been a bit overdone, and I think it's really starting to show in a lot of people's reaction to this choice. The Sugar, Gohan and Gogeta, not excited about Friku, because let's be real, Part 1 was any indication of the 2 Carnival LRs. It will be great. Other will be... fair enough. And the rather Friku take the title instead of Gohan in Part 2. Yeah, one of them's probably not going to be as good as the other, unfortunately. But I mean, I don't think any of the LRs released are too bad. Vegeta has his issues, but I mean, it's not like he's terrible, right? And I imagine it's going to be the same in Part 2. Angel, current hype for lists: Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Gogeta, Vegito, Gohan, Frieza, Trunks, Vegeta. Some people really hating on that Vegito, but I do appreciate putting Super Saiyan 4 Goku on top, right? That is definitely a baller move. Jahid, we got his list here: Super Gogeta, Vegito, Goku, Gohan, Frieza, and Evo Vegeta. So almost the same as Seti's list, but it does make sense. Prince Jace, Goku and Frieza look out of place. Yes, they do. Even their art, to a degree. I mean, I don't know. Something, I guess, because we already got the LR Tech one with like the perfect art for this moment. It does seem, I don't know, it does seem less hype, right, than the others. Like, even Goku and Vegeta's, right, and I get it, it's a tag unit, it's supposed to kind of highlight both, but even, like, these guys, their Goku and Vegeta respective arts look a lot better than this one, so, I mean, it is a bit unfortunate in that regard. And then finally, Katakurt, if we're talking about pure hype from the card arts, Evo Vegeta's announcement was unparalleled, right, a what-if of Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and MUI, easiest home run of the century. Unfortunately, it turned into a beastless Gohan situation, so list looks like this: Evo Vegeta, Super Gogeta, Super Vegito, Goku Frieza, Gohan, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and 6 copies of, I'm going to guess, Blue Evolution, based on the way you're speaking of him. So that's it for the community post. So lastly, we're going to flip on over to our Discord and take a look at some of the comments that were put there. All right, so we are over on the Discord. Same question applies, so we're just going to scroll through here. There's a lot of discussion that actually happened on the Discord about this. So we have Zapture here. Feel that Vegito will be the GOAT of the 10th anniversary, but do not anticipate some great stuff from Gohan. Well, hard to say how it'll handle. We'll have to see compared to, like, we think last year, right? We said that about Gogeta in the beginning, and Vegito ended up being the overall best, or not Vegito, I'm sorry, Beast Gohan, the Part 2 LR, ended up being the best. So we'll have to see. We also do know Omatsu has a bit of a Gogeta bias, so I can absolutely see them making Gogeta better than Vegito, but we'll see. We got a big Gogeta fan, but like the both fusions, finally having a good Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with good animations is hype. Goku Frieza being a tag unit is the best case for them. Yes, I mean, obviously we would not want a redo of the LR. And then Part 2 overall is more hype. Gohan OST is insane. I do agree. I did like Gohan's intro OST there. For Kenny McGee, Blazer Dragon, we got LR Super Saiyan 4 GT Goku is the most hype for me, but depending on what's revealed on the 14th, the LR Gogeta might do it. Yeah, we'll have to see when we get those animations and kits. Where are we? Okay, Chef, all amazing besides Vegeta. He just leaves a bad taste in the mouth, waste of a slot. We could have gotten a Kid Goku. Yeah, again, we kind of talked about this earlier, right? Kid Goku is a good choice for Anniversary LR. He absolutely deserved a slot. But if the third slot was supposed to be a rival slot, I mean, Kid Goku doesn't really fit that unless they do something like how they did with Evo Vegeta, where it's like a Ten Shinhan with a join forces or unit super with Kid Goku or something, right? Unfortunately, that's like, or even like Krillin or something. That's about the only way that works. And then I do think that that's about it. Oh, here we go, last one. So that dude, Vegito, is the most hyped character, followed by Super Saiyan 4 Goku. To be honest, not really excited for the Goku and Frieza remake at all, even to the point that if I pull Gogeta, I might just coin Gohan and skip the Carnival banner entirely. Completely understand. Again, Go Frieza, I think, is out of place for a lot of people. It just, again, it's not that they aren't worthy, it's just for most people, Tournament of Power has been way overdone. They just have so many LRs and units and EZAs that have come in the past year. I think people wanted something more, especially from a celebration that was advertised as everything Dragon Ball, and then 1/3 of our summonable LRs are from Tournament of Power, so I definitely understand that. So overall, my opinion on it, I think all 6 LRs are good choices for the 10th anniversary. Again, I've stated it many times throughout this video and on Twitter and in responses. I don't think Goku and Frieza needed to be here, or at the very least, if we were gonna do Goku and Frieza, we shouldn't have had Blue Evolution in part 1. Goku and Frieza should have been in part 1 instead, and then maybe throwing you know, the Dragon Ball Saga LR here, or even, heck, another Dragon Ball Super character here as well. Just anything would have been better, I think, than doing 2 Tournament of Power characters. In terms of kits, I mean, I definitely think Super Saiyan 4 Goku had me the most excited, both animations, kits, and arts. They just look so good. I'm really excited for part 2, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, to be completely honest. That is the hype character for me. I'm sure Gogeta is going to be great, but Gohan, I mean, this is long overdue, so really excited for that. So guys, that is the video. That is your responses to the part 2 LR reveals and what you think is most hype about the 6 units revealed so far. So we'll probably check back in towards the end of the anniversary and see where everybody is at and your thoughts on the anniversary as a whole. Did they knock it out of the park, or did it not live up to your expectations for the big 1-0? We'll tackle that towards the end, but that's it for the video, guys. Make sure you like that video. Let us know in the comments down below if you didn't get to respond to our query. Let us know your thoughts on these 6 LRs in the comments down below. And if nothing else, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.